All right, there it is, the second homemade yeast stirring plate, stir plate that I made for stirring yeast for home brewing. How do you build one of these? Well, it helps if you have a lot of junk around the house. This is a power supply from an old shot massage chair dealie. Cigar box, one of Jen's teacher friends gave us. The only stuff I purchased here, aside from the flask and the stir bar, you'll see is the knob and the button from Radio Shack. Flip the button, thing turns on. Um, you can't hear it. I managed to get it centered so well. I was actually surprised. As your speed is over here. Let's take a look at the guts for anyone interested in making something like this. It's not too tough to figure out. You've got here a fan from a computer. I had a couple of those laying around. This super strong magnet is right here. That's from an old hard drive. You bust it open. I got two magnets so I can make two stir plates out of the hard drive. I got a big washer mounted on the fan itself. And then there's a whole bunch of wiring here from the on-off switch to the rheostat. This big hunk of junk right here is a bunch of flat washers I had around. The rheostat gets pretty hot and I was a little worried about that, so I made this giant heat sink by stacking big washers in a sandwich with a couple of little washers alternating. And then you can see I used this bracket I had laying around, cut it flat, slide it in, and clamp it down to hold that big huge chunk of steel, which should dissipate that heat pretty well. How does it work? Well, let's take a look. Close it up, just like that. We've got our blue water, Sybil wanted. You can see the stir bar getting attracted right away to that magnet. We got our blue water. Flip it on. Start spinning. Give it a little more, and there comes our vortex. Oh, we get it going too fast, it'll flip off. So, I don't have it quite centered maybe. There we go. And right there, if you imagine you've got your yeast in there, then you have all your yeast staying in suspension. You get about 4 times the yeast from your starter, at least from what I've read. And this one actually is so quiet, you could have it running in the kitchen, which I think is pretty cool. So there it is, tornado machine, yeast stir, whatever you want. Fun weekend project.